It starts with a simple question, a bright stage, a familiar board, and a category that feels different. The Billion View Song Club, you can almost feel the shift in the room, because this isn't just trivia anymore. This is music history. Moments that crossed borders, songs that became memories, videos that didn't just trend, they stayed. And now, 3 contestants stand ready. Rebecca, Monty, Brennan, each one smiling but just slightly tense, because everyone here knows something important. This category, it's not as easy as it sounds. Can I get the Billion View Song Club for 200? The choice is calm, confident, but what comes next sets the tone for everything. A song from K-pop Demon Hunters sealed the moment when it reached the Billion Views Club in early 2006. A pause, a small one, but in a game like this, even a second feels long. Rebecca leans in, her eyes sharpen. Then what is golden? A beat. Then the host smiles. That's the song, and just like that, the game begins. It's funny how recognition works. Sometimes you hear a song once and forget it. Other times, it stays with you. Golden wasn't just a track. It was a moment people replayed again and again until it crossed a billion. Billion View Song Club for 400. Now Monty steps forward, more focused, more precise. You'll have one less problem if you know the singer whose side-to-side video has over 2.4 billion views. A hint wrapped in a clue, the kind that rewards attention. Monty doesn't hesitate. Who is Ariana Grande? That is correct, and just like that, the energy shifts. Now it's not just about knowing, it's about speed, confidence, timing. Billion View Song Club for 600, please. The stakes rise. The clues get sharper. Hair-challenged YouTuber Seth Everman hit 1 million likes after commenting, "I'm the bald guy under the singer known for Bad Guy." A ripple of laughter moves through the room. Even under pressure, humor finds its way in. Brennan buzzes in. Who is Billie Eilish? That's right, some questions test knowledge. Others test memory. But the best ones, they test how quickly you can connect the dots. Now the board changes again. Billion View Song Club for 800, and suddenly everything slows down. It's the daily double. You can feel it instantly. The air tightens. Even the smiles fade, just a little, because this is where games change. Rebecca's name is called, and everything turns toward her. I hate to break this to you, but this is good news. The host leans in slightly. You're tied for the lead. Now comes the real question. How much do you want to risk? And this is where things get interesting, because knowledge can win you points, but courage, that's what changes the game. Monty looks at her, encouraging, maybe a little mischievous. Do all of it. A laugh, nervous, real. It's supposed to be hard. Rebecca hesitates, just for a second, but you can almost hear the thoughts racing. Do I play it safe, or do I go all in? And then I'm going to do a true daily double. The reaction is instant. Excitement, shock, energy. Because now, there's no middle ground. This is of your own free will, right? A playful question, but not entirely. Rebecca smiles nervously. I'm checking the vibe, and the vibe, it's clear. I would describe the vibe as panic. The room laughs, but the tension stays. Because what happens next could change everything.
For $3,200, the number hangs in the air. It's not just points anymore. It's momentum, control, confidence. This Luis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee song has over 8 billion views. A familiar rhythm begins to echo in memory even before the clue finishes. The Sesame Street parody El Patito has around 16 million. Contrast, a clue within a clue. Rebecca breathes in, slow, measured. What is Despacito? Time pauses. Just for a moment, then that is correct. And just like that, everything changes. Rebecca jumps into the lead. $3,200. A bold move, a perfect answer. That's the thing about risk. When it works, it doesn't just move you forward. It transforms the entire game. Now the pressure shifts, because Brennan and Monet, they're not just playing anymore, they're chasing. Billion View Song Club for 1,000. The final clue in the category, the last chance to respond. The first video to cross 1 billion views, a historic moment, not just for music, but for the internet itself. Was this song by CI, named after a ritzy region in Seoul, South Korea? Monet, Dosen T Hesiday. What is Gangnam Style? That is correct, and just like that, the category ends. But the energy, it doesn't fade. Because what just happened wasn't just trivia. It was a timeline, a journey through moments that defined digital culture, from golden to global pop icons, to viral humor, to record-breaking milestones. Each answer wasn't just correct. It was remembered, felt, shared, and maybe that's what makes the Billion View Club so powerful. It's not about numbers, not really. It's about connection. But what most people don't realize is how those moments came to life in the first place.
Let's rewind. Before the buzzers, before the scoreboard, before the pressure, back to the songs themselves. Because every billion view video started with something small, a melody, a lyric, a feeling. Take Golden. At first, it was just another release, but something about it clicked. The visuals, the rhythm, the emotion. People didn't just watch it, they returned to it again and again and again. And that's how it happens, not all at once, but slowly. Then suddenly, 1 million views feels big, 10 million feels massive, but 1 billion? It didn't just play, it lived, in workouts, in playlists, in late-night drives, and over time, those moments added up, click by click, view by view, person by person, until suddenly 2.4 billion. Then there's Bad Guy, a song that didn't follow the rules, minimal, unexpected, different, and maybe that's why it worked, because it stood out. Even a simple comment "I'm the bald guy" turned into a viral moment, because people love connection, even in the smallest details. But if there's one song that changed everything, you already know what it is.
Despacito, you don't just hear that word, you feel it. From the first note, it pulls you in. And what happened next? Wasn't just success, it was global. Languages didn't matter. Borders didn't matter. The rhythm spoke for itself. And when it passed 8 billion views, it didn't just break records, it redefined them. Think about that. 8 billion. That's more than the population of the planet, which means one thing: people didn't just watch it once. They came back, and that's the secret. Not just attention, but return. Because the songs that last are the ones people carry with them. And then there's Gangnam Style, the moment everything changed. Before that, 1 billion views felt impossible. After that, it became a goal, a benchmark, a new kind of achievement. But here's the question no one asks. What happens after the billion?
Because reaching 1 billion views isn't the end. It's the beginning of something else, legacy. These songs don't just sit online. They live in culture. They get referenced, remixed, remembered. And sometimes they return, years later, in a new context, a new trend, a new audience. And suddenly, they're alive again. That's the real power of music. Not just to be heard, but to stay. And in a game like this, that's what's being tested. Not just memory, but impact. Because the next question might look simple, but it never really is.
The board may be cleared, the category may be done, but the story? It's far from over, because what we just watched was more than a game. It was a reflection of taste, of timing, of culture moving in real time. And if you look closely, you'll notice something interesting. Every correct answer came from a different kind of moment. Golden, a modern rise. Side-to-side polished pop dominance. Bad Guy, unexpected minimalism. Despacito, global unity. Gangnam Style, internet history. 5 songs, 5 paths, 1 destination. The Billion View Club. But how do these songs actually get there? It's not luck. Not entirely. It's a combination. Timing, emotion, replay value, and something harder to define. Connection. Because people don't just watch what they like. They watch what they feel. And sometimes, a single moment is all it takes to turn a song into a global loop.
Because staying relevant is harder than going viral. Anyone can have a moment, but not everyone can keep it. Think about it. How many songs have you heard that were everywhere and then gone? Now compare that to the ones we just saw. They didn't fade, they adapted. Despacito didn't just trend, it crossed cultures. Gangnam Style didn't just go viral, it changed expectations. Bad Guy didn't just play, it influenced sound. And that's the difference.
Impact, not just noise, not just numbers, but something deeper, something lasting. And in that Jeopardy moment, every answer carried that weight.
Let's go back to the stage. The lights, the board, the contestants. Because while we've been exploring the songs, they've been living the pressure. Rebecca now, in the lead, Monet, sharp, focused, Brennan steady, ready. And even though the category is done, the momentum remains. Because when you make a move like a true daily double, you don't just gain points, you change perception. Now everyone's watching you, waiting, wondering, can you keep it? Rebecca breathes. Just a little deeper now, because confidence feels different after a win. But pressure, it doesn't go away, it evolves. And sometimes, the hardest part isn't taking the risk, it's what comes after.
There's something special about moments like this. Not just in games, but in life. That split second where you decide safe or bold. Rebecca chose bold, and it paid off. But think about it. If the answer had been different, if the timing was off, if the nerves took over, the story changes completely. That's what makes it real, unpredictable, human. And maybe that's why we watch. Not just for the answers, but for the decisions, the risks, the reactions. Because somewhere in that moment, we see ourselves, and that's what turns a simple question into something unforgettable.
So what did we really learn? That 1 billion views isn't just a number, it's a story of people connecting, sharing, returning, again and again. It's proof that music can travel further than anything else, across countries, across languages, across time, and still feel personal. From Golden to Gangnam Style. Each one represents a moment the world agreed on, even if just for a few minutes. And in a world that's always moving, that kind of unity, it matters. So the next time you press play, remember, you might not just be watching a video. You might be adding to a story that could reach millions, or even 1 billion. And who knows, the next song to join that club might already be waiting.